So Liam Lawson, gone from Red Bull already. Let's just briefly talk about it because I wasn't expecting it to happen right away. It is recently, if you've not seen it, has been confirmed that Liam Lawson and Yuki Tsunoda are switching places from the Japanese Grand Prix happening next week onwards. Um, I guess it's the big question is, was this too early? You could obviously deny, no, it wasn't. He's been absolutely poor in these first two races, but if I think about it, Gasly was terrible in the first two races. You at least gave him half a season to do something. You know, I know it's a bit different, Daniel Kvyat, because he had the season before, but it was four races in 2016. Even though I still think that's kind of unjustified, but that's probably how Marco trying to shove Verstappen into a Red Bull seat. Is there possible reason before this? Are they thinking probably bring a bigger pay package because he's got the whole of bloody Japan behind him. It helps with Honda related stuff, and that's kind of just seems to, what you can only see is the main reason. I think other important things to think of is also there is apparently a release clause in Max Verstappen's contract where if the car is too low in the constructors, he can just find a place to leave. Now, obviously, and obviously with both Mercedes drivers being out of contract for 2025, Aston Martin, Stroll or Alonso can just be like snapped away. And let's be honest, Lawrence Stroll would probably kick off his own child. Let's be honest. It does open many questions. Obviously, the biggest question will be, well, if Liam Lawson is to beat Yuki Tsunoda in Japan, what gets says then? Do they somehow do the odd thing of moving Max Verstappen to Racing Bulls? Could that be a possibility? I don't even know if that would be legal because obviously that's kind of abusing the A and B team thing too much, probably. But it will be a very interesting thing to see if Yuki can keep up with Max, or at this rate, get into Q2, because apparently that's impossible for the second driver. I mean, Yuki's going to put everything on of what we could know, he has a chance to put that car on the podium in Suzuka, and if he does such a thing, people are going to go absolutely crazy in Japan. I remember when Kobayashi did it in 2012. But yeah, this is interesting. Makes you the big question is though, they also probably just don't want to repeat a Perez because the constructors is. I mean, they didn't win the constructors last year, but Perez would at least somewhat sometimes be in the position he's meant to be. Don't know if my camera just went weird there, but that's not a problem for now. We're literally just talking about Perez. No wonder the thing died. It's a very interesting event. Like obviously, we used to have mid-season driver changes all the time, whether it's because they were unavailable or couldn't pay for the seat, whatever. But for it to be a change like this, like usually it'll be at least pardon me, halfway into the season. So who knows? I just think it's very interesting. Japan's going to tell a lot of things. Who knows? Lawson might actually end up with a rating that isn't a one on my ratings thing. Obviously, still got another week until the Grand Prix, and we'll just have to hope. Anyway, that was pretty much all I just really wanted to say. On my camera, my thing looks like it's just going weird as hell again. But that's kind of the only minor report right now. Nothing else has come out of the blue. Obviously, there was the thing of Colapinto possibly being in the Racing Bulls as well to replace Lawson, and Lawson be out of F1 entirely. But apparently, also, I mean, I might as well add this in now just because talk about it. Apparently, also, Jack Doohan is still under threat. Apparently, obviously, wasn't as bad as Lawson, clearly, but I think that still shows. I think, obviously, I mean, obviously, didn't do the best in Australia because it was a very wet track and everything. But then also, you have to consider, I mean, China, he did all right, wasn't too far off Gasly. Obviously, Gasly got disqualified for being underweight. I don't think that would have made. I think Gasly would have finished ahead anyway. But what you have to probably think of is, obviously, Doohan got the penalty because he was too busy trying to make sure Hajar would never get past in a million years, which, that's very Tsunoda behaviour, but beyond Tsunoda, more like in the Magnussen kind of thing. So it'd be interesting to see how he adapts more and more with all this. Who knows? I mean, Japan, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia. I mean, that's three tracks. Japan, Liam Lawson knows very well from his Super Formula days, and obviously when he was in F2, he'll know Bahrain and F3, and obviously Saudi Arabia. I believe he raced there as well, and obviously Yuki's raced there those times because this is his fifth or fourth season now. Oh my god, Yuki's been in F1 for like 5 years. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So that was just the small video, what I think of it and everything. I guess we'll just see what happens. Hopefully this doesn't make a mess of my F1 fantasy, because that's all we care about, let's be honest. And I hope to see you all soon. Bye bye.